Hello there again, whiskey lovers. It's Luke here again with another whiskey comparison. Today I'm continuing on the peat series I've been doing, and today's whiskeys are Talisker 10 and Caol Ila 12. So Caol Ila 12 is an Islay. Talisker 10 is actually from the Isle of Skye, but it is smoky. It has smoky characters, peaty characteristics. So I think this would be an interesting comparison because they both are relatively balanced, in my opinion. They're both about equal in price. They're both Diageo whiskeys. And when you look and see, you go searching for what's a good entry-level peated whiskey, you'll see Caol Ila and you'll see Talisker. Those are two pretty common whiskeys. So ought to be an interesting comparison. So let me show you the bottles here, and then I will pour them out and get started here. So Talisker, I'm doing a little bit of a different focusing strategy here. The autofocus on this camera is not terribly good, so I thought I would try to do it manually. Here we go. So Talisker, bottled at 45%, and as this is a Diageo malt, it's probably chill filtered and it's probably colored. And I think for sure this one is chill filtered and colored. Caol Ila 12. There you go, bottled at 43%. Basic information on the back there. Okay. Right, so pour these out. I think as far as which one I'll start with, I'm going to go with Talisker actually because it is, I think it's slightly less smoky, slightly less heavy, but in the comparison we'll see. So Talisker, color-wise, this is amber +1. There you go. Yeah, so it's got kind of like a sweet pear nose to it. A hint of vanilla, not a terribly heavy vanilla like a straight bourbon space cider, straight bourbon matured space cider. Light sweetness, more on the white sugar end of the scale. And taste-wise, vanilla, honey, a little bit of pepper. And I think if I was to add water, which I will in a second, I get a little bit of a paper flavor. And I think that is a little bit of youthfulness coming through. Caol Ila. Oh yeah, so this is more smoky. More of a, not necessarily young, but fresh nose. I'd say, I guess it's more of a floral nose. Whereas the Talisker is coming across a bit drier. I take my time. Yeah, pepper. More pepper on the Talisker. What else on the Caol Ila? I've done Caol Ila before, and it's just terribly well balanced peated whiskey. It's got salt, honey, smoke, some fruits, just well balanced across the board. And that's probably the reason Caol Ila is used so much in blends, because it doesn't really overpower a blend with any specific thing, like iodine, which is like if you were going to use Lefroy in a blend, that would just overpower the blend. Whereas Caol Ila is just kind of nice across the board. Okay, Caol Ila, taste. Starts off sweet, and then the smoke kind of comes on, and it grows a bit, but it doesn't actually overpower the sweetness. I think a little bit more vanilla and toffee in the Caol Ila than the Talisker. Talisker is a whiskey that, as I've tasted, I've had. It's tough. It's a difficult whiskey for me actually, because it's so. It almost tastes to me like an extremely well blended blend, where all the flavors are kind of combined into one thing, and it's hard to pick out the specific things. It's become one, sort of like the whole is greater than the sum of the parts kind of thing going on. Let me add a little water here and see what else we get. So Talisker, I'm going to give just a little bit extra, since it's at 45.8%. And we'll see what else here. Talisker, yeah, okay. So now I am getting that little bit of paper, which I also get in Bowmore. Just a little bit more young smelling. And taste. Not really anything new, although I would say that the sweetness of the Talisker sort of, it comes out more if you add a little bit of water to it. That's nice, the Talisker. And Caol Ila. More citrus now on the Caol Ila. Again, really well balanced. Sweet, smoky, citrus is coming off across a bit more, but now. Compared to Talisker, so Talisker seemed drier before, but actually now they seem about the same, with a little bit of that water. Let me just have a sip of water. Just take a break for a second. Yeah, the pears in the Talisker. Fruit-wise, the Caol Ila, personally, I think the Caol Ila is a bit smokier. The smoke comes across and kind of, if you factor in the smoke, actually the Caol Ila comes across a bit drier. Yeah, and the Talisker. So between the two, the Talisker, I know it is 2 years younger, but it actually does smell just a slight bit younger with that paper. It's got a youthfulness to it, but smokiness wise, it is, yeah, like I said, less than the Caol Ila. But both are considerably well balanced. Talisker is very difficult for me. Yeah. Okay, so what I would say is here with these two, if you are looking to get into peated whiskeys, I know there are a lot of recommendations for Caol Ila, but it is considerably more smoky than Talisker. Talisker actually, when I first tasted it, I didn't get smoke at all. So, but now I can smell the smoke. So what does that mean? If you want to get into smoky whiskeys, peated whiskeys, and you want to taste and smell smoke, I would say Caol Ila. If you want to get into smoky whiskeys and you don't know whether you're gonna like smoky peated whiskeys, to go with Talisker, because it does have quite a lot of the stuff that's not in peated whiskeys, like toffee and sweet vanilla notes and the bourbon maturation. A little less overpowering with the smoke. But that being said, if I was going to pick one that I thought was better, I would actually go with Caol Ila. I'm really impressed by the Caol Ila, especially because get some green apples now on the Caol Ila, because the Caol Ila is priced really comparatively. It's quite affordable compared to other peated whiskeys, compared to other whiskeys really in general, and it's really just a really well balanced, great tasting whiskey. But that being said, Talisker is also good, but if I had to choose, I would say Caol Ila. Anyways, I will leave it at that. Both good. If you're going to start out, yeah, I would say Talisker on peated whiskeys. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Until next time.